One of my interests in the world is about America and black slavery. I think that America has kind of introduced a new condition of slavery in the world, and it seems to be black slavery. If you look at slavery in the world, it seems to be more European in origin. I don't think we have slavery in Asia or 60% of the world. I don't think we have slavery in 60% of the world. It seems to be primarily concentrated in 20% of the world. That is primarily Europe and America. I think the Greeks had slavery. I think they introduced slavery. I think that the Egyptians had some kind of labor force of slavery to build big buildings. But I think that we've had some kind of a temporary situation of slavery, but it seems to be a priority in the world in a modern time. America seems to be doing cotton and tobacco with black slavery. It seems to be doing sugar plantations with black slavery. It's also doing salt and vinegar and ketchup. Not so much tomato ketchup, but just ketchup. It's doing that with black slavery. I think it's doing cocoa beans with black slavery and baked beans with black slavery. I think we have a very serious condition in the world where we have black slavery, and it's not just slavery, it seems to be black slavery. I think the Romans tried to introduce slavery as some kind of a domestic issue, maybe some kind of a domestic household issue. I think they tried to introduce slavery as a condition of society to perhaps provide means of necessity for society. I think slavery is wrong, because if you look at the sound of slave or slavery or slave, it's a slave. It's slavery and a slave. I think if you look at the sound of that word, it's very haunting for humankind, for mankind, for historical development. If you look at slavery, it's kind of insubordination, it's kind of obedience, it's kind of punitive and punitive damage. I think for society to organize itself with workforce and 9-to-5 slavery is very damaging. I think people should have peace in the world. They should have harmony in the world. They should have happiness in the world. They should have health conditions in the world, and food, accommodation, shelter, and clothing in the world. I think people should be happy in the world. That's how they produce in the world. But I think we do have a condition where slavery is kind of paramount in the world. We have propaganda, we have 9-to-5 work hours. That's 2/3 of life consumption. We could have maybe 9-to-12 working hours for maybe 1/3 life consumption, and perhaps 3/4 of life absorption of life consumption. I think that we seem to be working animals. We seem to be donkeys in the world. We seem to be working animals, and we could be quite sustainable, resourceful, happy, confident and nutrition, and we could be quite wholesome, and we can just get on with things and just build economies in a very healthy, wholesome way. that is quite sustainable and efficient. And I think that's what we have. We have a condition of slavery in the world where we have democrat dictators kind of dictating authority of subordination, and work culture, or work slavery, or some kind of a conscription of population. Thank you very much.